Welcome to day number 16 of Relationships It's Your Fault 08. If you would please join me in 3 grounding breaths before we get started, and just take a moment to get settled. Just take a moment to close your eyes, come into this present moment, come into your body, quiet your mind, and just give yourself this 10 minutes with me today. And we'll start by breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. In through our nose and out through our mouth. Thank you. Yesterday I talked about friends and coworkers, but I made a little mistake because I was supposed to do coworkers yesterday and friends today. So I'm going to split it up again and do a little of both again. So first we're going to talk about coworkers. And you know, I realize that we spend more time with coworkers than we do with family and friends. And if you think about your coworkers, that could be a good thing and bring you joy, or it could be a stressful thing and bring you tension. There's a couple of things I want to remember about people who stress us out. Just to remember that every single person is struggling. I'm struggling with things in my life, and I'm sure you are with things in your life. Why? Because we're human. No matter how many tools we have or how enlightened we get, I guess if you get fully enlightened, you don't struggle. But if you're not, if we're still learning, we're just learning and navigating. So to have compassion for your coworker that's a jerk or an asshole, have compassion because people who are jerks are hurting. Not that you have to take their crap or anything like that, but have compassion for them, and it feels good in the body rather than holding anger and judgment towards them. I read this book a while ago, actually a long time ago, and the only agreement I remember, the one that sticks out and I use the most, is don't take anything personally. If somebody acts shitty, it's not about you. If somebody cuts you off, it's not about you. If somebody's having bad behavior or not talking to you, it's not about you. It's about them. They are in charge of that behavior. It's about them. Having compassion and sending them love is so key to us, because what we do is we have these old stories that we're not worthy from our childhood and we don't matter. And every time somebody does something, our ego jumps on it and goes, see, they think you don't matter either. They're an asshole. They're this, they're that. Actually, when people do something, it's about them and how they're feeling. And if we can stay in our loving and send them love, and if we're upset or hurt, go within and deal with that instead of pointing the fingers. It's such a huge gift to give yourself and your coworkers, actually. So don't take anything personal. When things are bad at work, when you're pissed off, when you don't like something said in a meeting, jot it down, make note of what it was, and go within. Check in with your body. Feel where you're stressed out. Feel where you're stressed out, because that's where you want to go in and point and go to work. Where have you felt that before? Where's it coming from? So everyone's showing up to show us where the work is that we still have to do. I used to say take 50% responsibility of every relationship in life. You know, now I say 100%. Take 100% responsibility for every single thing that's going on in your life. Why? Because the only thing we have control over is how we respond to an issue. How we respond to the issue is the issue, not actually the thing that's happening. That's the only thing that we have 100% responsibility and control over in our life. Somebody's acting shitty, you can go, I'm not going to take that personally. I'm going to send them love. I'm going to move away from the situation, and I'm going to set a boundary so I don't have to experience that again. Taking 100% responsibility is so awesome, because when you do, you can really have a difference in all parts of your life, because you realize there's no one to point at it or to blame, that everything is here. And this really is that thing that Gandhi said, be the change you want to see in the world. When you change here, your world changes. It just happens organically. You don't have to do a damn thing to change another person. You have to soften your heart and fill yourself up with love. You have the power to make it different, to get it right, to produce the desired result that you want. And then by being the change, by being what you want. You guys, I'm going to start incorporating multimedia approaches to feeling good, happiness, and spirituality. Things like crystals, which we'll talk about tomorrow, and touch, how healing touches and different ways you can do that. We'll talk the next day, but today I'm going to talk about oils And right now I have a doTERRA essential oil, but oils have healing properties in them as well. As a matter of fact, this one is basil. Basil. It provides great benefits to the mind and body. It clears negative thought patterns that blocks change. It also helps reduce feelings of tension. So by applying this to your temples, basil to the temple, and to the back of your neck, you are opening new thought patterns. It's supporting that, the energy and the smell in your body, the reactions it puts in your body. It's supporting new patterns and reducing stress and tension. So have basil if you work in an office with a person you don't like. You see them coming, put that stuff on your forehead, on your temples, back of your neck, smell it and know it's releasing things in your body to support tension reduction and pattern changing. Things you can do at work to make life a little bit better or happier. You can practice humility. And humility means to be humble or to value the other person, the other people, their opinions without indulging in self-pride. It's like stepping back and honoring somebody else's take, even if it's different than yours. Humility is the opposite of boastfulness, arrogance, and vanity. Practice gratitude. Be grateful for the building you're working in, the pretty conditions you're working in, the people around you, the ones that you love who give you a respite from the work, and the ones that you don't like so much who are teaching you where you still have room to grow. Be an active listener. My mom always said everyone's wearing a t-shirt that says, I need to feel important. And some people's letters are bigger than others. Usually the assholes or the jerks at work, they've got big ass t-shirts on. The most important thing we want as human beings are to be seen and to be heard. That's how we know we matter. So at work, be an active listener to the guy who's a jerk. Really listen to him with a clear, open heart. And he might melt just by feeling heard because no one really listened to him growing up. So that's a way to change the dynamic. Engage with other people, encourage them when you see they're down, especially the jerk. Hey, are you having a hard time? Would you like to collaborate? Could I help you? Then you're reaching out and feeling good. They're gonna feel seen and heard and taken care of, and it's a beautiful thing. Be really clear, say exactly what you want when you are communicating with coworkers, because it's so often we say just a little bit and we think they're going to get the rest, then they don't, and then we take it personally, they didn't do what we asked, and we create a whole story in our head. So be really clear with what you want so there's no misunderstandings. And collaborate. Ask for help, reach out to other people, don't be an island. Collaborate, that's when we're connected to others and people feel more engaged and excited. Moving over to friends, the other day I talked about family members and setting boundaries so you don't go through the same patterns. You can do that with friends too. You can kill so many stupid fights. Sometimes you have a fight with a friend, they don't even know you're fighting with them because you have a thought in your head that they did something and you took it personal and all that kind of stuff. So with your friends, if there's something you don't like, another thing that I talked about was gossip with my family. I did the same thing with friends. I had one friend who, that was our primary relationship, is she wanted to gossip. And I said to her, you know, I'm trying to feel better and take care of myself. I don't really want to welcome negativity in my life anymore. I don't really want to gossip. And she was like, all right, see ya. And we never really talked again. And I don't know, I think I approached her later saying, what happened? And she goes, I thought you were saying you're a gossip and I don't want to be with you. And I was like, no, that wasn't what I was saying. I was saying, see how we see everything through our own lens of how we're feeling. I was literally saying I want to feel good and I don't want to do that, but I'll do everything else with you. So setting up, it could be around boundaries, about gossip, reckless behavior. I have reckless behavior sometimes when I cocktail too much. So it's like saying, wow, you know, Lee, I like hanging out with you, but not when you drink so much. So can we try and together consciously dial that back and maybe just have 2 margaritas instead of 2 margaritas followed by 2 beers? But, you know, just setting boundaries. Let's see what else here. Remember, if your friend doesn't have, your one friend doesn't have to be your end all. Take the things that you like. Things you don't like, don't participate with. Just enjoy the things that you like with that person. Spend time doing, the things that you like. Okay, your exercise for today is rub basil on your temples and your back of your neck. No, that could be something. But your real exercise is, I noticed this today. I have a dear friend who's out of town, and I was texting her, and as I was texting her, my heart was filled with love and happiness that she is my friend. So I wrote her just a text message, and at the end I put, love you. And then I thought, wait a second, love you is so freaking safe. Love you, mean it, sick. I went back and I made this L small and I put I in front of it. I love you. That is vulnerable and that is meaningful and that is heartfelt. So start to realize when you send text messages, when you send emails, when you love you on the phone message, whatever you do, before you do that this time, today, think about, do I just love you, I mean it, or do I really love this person? And especially friends and coworkers, what the hell? I love you, I say a lot to my family, but to my friends, I want to start saying I love you because they hold such a special place in my heart. So anyway, today when you text message someone, when you send them an email, when you anything, even a teacher, there's a couple teachers at my kids' school that fills my heart with joy. And one of them I have been for a while saying, I love you when I ask what page the math is. But I'm gonna start doing it with the other one too. And all of my friends who are dear to my heart, I'm gonna text message them at the end, I love you. Let's start putting the I in front of it. Let's start owning it. And let's start expressing love and spreading that more than anything else we do. Okay, my quote for today is, this is for the coworkers. I will see my coworker as a lovely being, even if I think he sucks. I will see my coworker as a lovely being, even if I think she sucks. And then the quote for the friend is, hey friend, I love you. Dear God, thank you for the people who surround us. Thank you for the people that come in and out of our lives every day. Open our mind and heart so we don't miss a thing. Sending a special prayer out to everyone today to be showered with love, to slow down, to take a breath, and to realize how magnificent they are. Amen. Thank you guys so much for joining me on today, day 16. Tomorrow, 17. We'll be talking about another relationship dynamic, probably something more romantic or family. I'm not sure what it is yet without looking. And we'll also be talking about crystals and the energy that they have, the healing properties that they have. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.